I'm bullish on ETH. I know everybody. I talk a lot about ADA, and I'm very bullish on ADA. It's the one that's breaking out right now. But Ethereum has the network effect, and the layer 2 scaling solutions are going to help stave off competition from these up-and-coming players. But Cardano has a lot going for it, and I don't think people get it yet. And I've been talking about it a lot, and some of the comments I see on even the CTM group and other places, people still don't get it. Like I've tried to evangelize it quite a bit, but there's still a lack of understanding of what the potential is long term. Like, I want to show you something. Ethereum is still, I mean, everybody knows Ethereum can't scale. That's why they have to go to Ethereum 2.0, right? So Ethereum is basically a test bed for this new world model, for this new decentralized financial world. And what Ethereum really is, let me adjust my camera just a little bit. Ethereum is just a it allows computation on a blockchain, right? Basically, it's a distributed computation element, and so it does something fundamentally different than what Bitcoin does. But it's not even a fully fledged out system, and it's got a $200 billion market cap today. And if I go to DeFi Pulse, you see all the stuff that's built on it today. And this is a platform that we know cannot scale. This thing can only do less than 20 transactions per second. And it's enormously costly right now to do transactions on this network, and it still is very bullish. It's got, nearly all of this $37 billion of locked-in value is built on Ethereum, and this is a test bed. This is not even like Ethereum 2.0 is the real deal, or Ethereum plus all the scaling solutions, if you want to consider that. The scaling solutions that are just now coming online, that's the real deal. It has a $200 billion market cap. Imagine what Ethereum could be if it could serve, if it had the scale capacity to actually serve the world, and we had major adoption of these decentralized, both decentralized finance and many other applications that are being built on Ethereum that are not necessarily directly DeFi, non-fungible tokens, and many other, supply chain, apps and things like that, right? Supply chain, whatever. There's a million use cases for blockchain. So if Ethereum is just a test net that can't even scale right now, and it's at a $200 billion market cap, Cardano, which is, it's now number 3 officially on the list here. It's passed up XRP, which is going to continue to lag. It's passed up Polkadot, which is the other major competitor. But you would be hard pressed to find anybody who could argue that Cardano is not the main competitor to Ethereum right now today. And it's not even launched, right? It's the reason Cardano is doing what it's doing is because it is just about to launch. It is a 4+ year rigorous development, very large amount of development that went into the project, just now coming live. So Ethereum is a $200 billion market cap today, and it's just a test of what could be done, and it doesn't scale. Imagine if you get a platform that can scale, that can handle the load, that is not a test, that's also provably better than Ethereum. I mean, that's the thing I think. What I get, I understand people like Ethereum, and I like Ethereum. I think they were what Vitalik did with the other co-founders, and what they've developed over time is a really. It's why it's got $200 billion market cap. It's not vaporware, but in every way, in every measure, Cardano is verifiably superior to Ethereum. And I'm not just making that up. I mean, literally, it's verifiable. Everything they've done an enormous amount of work. If we go to developers and the roadmap, you'll see down here they talk about this. They've done an enormous amount of work to ensure that it's completely functional and verified. So it's all academic, peer-reviewed. Everything they've done, they've gone through massive formal development, rigorous mathematical. I'm just going to read it. Formal development methods. The IOHK, or Input-Output Hong Kong engineers, make great use of formal development, rigorous mathematical techniques for testing the software that works exactly as intended. All right. So while, yes, I've heard this argument so many times, oh, but it doesn't actually you have to wait to see if it's going to work. No, we don't, because they've proven it's going to work. You do not have to wait to see if it's going to work. It is going to work. It's just a matter of are they going to run into any unexpected maybe scale issues or whatnot, which again, provably, that has been proven that it's going to work. It's just a matter of getting adoption now. So it's going to work. That's the thing that I think people can't wrap their brain around. It's not, could it work or is it going to? It is going to work. It's just a matter of marketing now, really. Once this thing goes live, it's a matter of how good they are at marketing this product. We're talking about Cardano, in case you're just joining me. We're talking about why is Cardano pumping, why is it ramping up so much, and where do we expect it to go from here? All right. So it's provable. They've done more work to prove that Cardano is going to work than anybody. That includes Ethereum and that includes Polkadot. That even includes Bitcoin, honestly. But Bitcoin, we don't need to prove it's going to work. We know it's going to work. That's beside the point. But they've done more work to prove that in the next generation, as we try to scale up these crypto ecosphere, Cardano is the one that everybody can point to and say, yes, that is going to work. That is the third generation blockchain that is absolutely going to work because of this formal verification. They've also put a lot of work into making sure that it's easier to test and validate. There's one other piece that I think people don't understand, two other major pieces that people don't understand. The massive thing about Cardano is you don't need a contract to launch new tokens, okay? So on Ethereum today, if I want to go launch Brandon's token on Ethereum, I write a contract and create an ERC20 token of some type, right? That is natively supported. I can create a token natively on the Cardano blockchain. Now, ADA is the primary token for the Cardano blockchain, but I can write, we can code any token you want natively on the blockchain. That means you don't have to have a smart contract. So what that means is that moving these tokens around becomes at the cost of the network, not at the cost of the computational elements. So you've heard of gas fees. In order to move ERC20 tokens around, it comes with a cost. And it can be quite expensive. This is why Uniswap can be pricey during the day, especially when the network is heavily loaded, and then it's less expensive at night. On Cardano, any tokens that are launched on Cardano will always be fundamentally free to transfer because it's insanely cheap. On Cardano, and you don't have to worry about the fees associated with the computation layer. There's two different layers in Cardano. There's the settlement layer, which handles all these things, all the tokens and everything, and there's the computational layer for computational elements. The computational layer is what's fully coming online this month and next month. It's called Goguen here. Goguen is what's being launched right here, the smart contracts capability, which is the full computational layer. That's what's being launched right now as we speak. The Mary's hard fork, I think, just went live, which is the multi-asset capability. So Mary's hard fork was launched. Multi-asset is now available on chain. Now the full smart contracts capability is coming. I've heard this other argument that there's a lot more developers for Solidity and Ethereum than there are for Haskell, which is what Cardano's built on. Okay. If you want to be if you want to go to work for IOHK, Input Output Hong Kong, which is the company that really develops Cardano, or the Cardano Foundation, you're going to need to know Haskell. Sure, if you're going to work on the core development team and develop the product. But they've put an enormous amount of work as well into, and I've got this little video clip here I was going to highlight. This is Charles talking about something called the island, the ocean, and the pond. And so I'm going to pause here, look at a few comments, then we're going to play a clip of this video that I had intended to play in my pre-recorded video I was going to work on here. But I just want to give y'all, basically, you do not have, they're working on a method to where they're going to enable all of the different major programming languages. You can develop on any programming language you want on Cardano. So there's some test nets that are being launched right now to make that a reality. So there's a testnet dedicated to direct Ethereum virtual machine compatibility. So you'll be able to directly write everything that you know today in Ethereum using that side chain. And then there's going to be other side chains that support a myriad of programming languages. So it's going to open up the world of programmers to be able to develop on blockchain, not just people who've learned the programming language that has been developed for, like, say, Ethereum, right? All right, I'm gonna read some comments here. Yeah, huge potential. I mean, this is why it's not, guys. It's not going up like insane. It be for no reason. Now, Doge was because Elon hasn't posted about Cardano as far as I know. This is not some pump. Now, it's probably going to sell off from a technical a TA standpoint, I bet we hit $1 and get a nice little sell-off. I have no, I got out of my trades though, because I'm shocked at this move. I don't know what to do with it. I'm holding my hold position, right? I have a very large, which is probably, at this rate, again, it's probably up to 40, maybe 40% of my entire crypto is now ADA. I don't know how to go calculate it. My cost at 8 cents cost average, 8 to 10 cents, I was about 10% roughly of my crypto holdings in ADA. So I don't know where that even is. I had some trades on. I closed out my trades because, I closed out initially coming into 55, and then we blasted through that. Now we opened the trade at 65, and to close it early this morning at 86 cents, another trade. So I don't know what to do. This technical analysis it's moving pretty strong. I don't know what to do with it myself. Let's take a look at some levels though. So we're breaking through this level on ETH BTC. I think that's the main thing to watch right now. If we hold this, it's going to continue to move. But yeah, even I'm out of the trade. I think $1 is the next level, and then I don't know what we dip to. Let's go read some comments here though. 100% move in 7 days. People love their Ethereum. Yeah, they do. I like Ethereum. I'm not an Ethereum hater. I just see the potential. That's what it boils down to. It's I used this analogy earlier when I was long time ago when iPhone was just launched and people were still talking about BlackBerry, whether it was the main competitor to the iPhone, right? People were arguing that the BlackBerry was going to somehow compete with iPhone. And I was doing a bunch of research and I saw this news blurb that Google was looking to buy this company, Android. Was it Android? It was actually called Android when they bought them. But Google was looking to acquire Android. And so I did a bunch of research in Android. And based on my research, I came to the conclusion that Android would be, this is before Google actually bought them, or maybe right around the time they're buying them. I said, man, I think Android is going to be the #1 mobile operating system someday. And it was based on a couple of simple things. It was an open source platform that had multi-threading capabilities, and it had so the ability to run. Oh, my Google's asking me. Look, my Google's listening to me. 1 second, guys. So you had the ability to run more than one application. Remember a long time ago, iPhone could only run one application at a time because it was single-threaded, core OS. So that was a big thing. It could run multiple applications at once, which is a big deal when you want to run a really great smartphone. So I saw that same level of the future in Android. Was I think just an example of one technology that I saw. I see the same thing in Cardano, right? I see the same okay, it's not just an Ethereum competitor. It's literally better than Ethereum in every way. Now, it doesn't have the network effect. So that's Ethereum's saving grace, of course, is its network effect. And then if you do count all the layer 2 scaling solutions and the ecosystem around Ethereum, you could argue that Ethereum is just as technically capable as Cardano is. And I'm okay with that. I invested in some layer 2 scaling solutions on Ethereum. I'm heavily invested in Ethereum because I do think that's true. But as far as one layer 1 platform, Cardano is better in every way. And it has the framework. The more important thing is it's not just better today. It has the framework for the future to where it's going to be easier for them to maintain that advantage. So this happens in technology too, where you'll have somebody come out with something that's slightly better, and then they don't have the framework to continue to develop that, and they just get passed right back up, right? So they make a little bit of a splash for a little bit, and then it doesn't. And this happens in industry in general. But Cardano has the framework to stay ahead. That's the thing that I think people don't get either, is that the only other framework that I can see that has the ability to pull ahead of Cardano today is probably maybe Polkadot, maybe not even then. No, not even Polkadot, because they're just different things. Polkadot's more of a bet against maximalism in crypto. So let me read some comments. I've been going on a bit here. I think you guys get the point, right? Cardano's got a bright future. I wouldn't be FOMOing in here myself. I'm fully invested, fortunately, or what I want to be invested in. Probably over-invested. I probably, for the sake of portfolio management, I probably should sell some. I need to analyze that, but maybe we hit $1 and pull back. But give me your thoughts, guys, on what's the target for the next this week? What are we going to hit this week, and are we going to get a sell-off, and how big? Put your comments in. I'd love to find out. I'm asking for a friend.